You just missed it. 108 Morton was barking his fucking ass off right before we started. Luckily, he's calmed down.
Then I was attacked by a bee.
It was a wasp.
This is Sunday Soap, powered by Goose Island, like it always is. Love that Goose Island.
What are you guys drinking?
I got a little heater right here. I'm going with the Next Coast IPA. It's my absolute favorite.
I got the shandy, a little breakfast drink.
I also have the shandy, and I'm also carrying on with the 16-ounce koozie that I'm going to try to steal a bunch more from Goose Island. So if you order from our fucking shop, I will send you one of these 16-ounce cans for free. Koozies for free.
Oh yes. Boy. Wow.
Baby.
Unbelievable. We'll start like we always do with the humble brag. I actually have two humble brags. We'll go to Trees E first.
So we got 15,000 followers on Twitter.
Yes.
Finally.
Woo!
So congratulations to us.
Yes.
And thank you to all of you who follow us.
Yeah, we really
15,000 of you are watching right now. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate the fuck out of you.
And with those 15,000 followers, we were able to capitalize on the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we potentially were leaving on the table, enough that we could buy our own building in downtown Chicago and recreate the actual Sunday Soak set because we have all this money. Also, I know you're watching Lost My Marbles 36. You're soft. Thanks for blocking me. But we would like you to come over to the 108 side and show us how to capitalize on the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that we're leaving on the table. We need your brilliance, sir. I don't care. You can call me an idiot. You can be homophobic. You can do whatever you want. Just come over and show us how to make some money. Okay? Your hate made my penis move this morning. So thank you.
I'm sure whoever that is will be right over, coach us up on all that stuff.
Right.
Absolutely.
I will be wearing my 108 jersey that Josh Nelson from Sax Machine gave me. It says my name on the back real big. I will be lathered up in sweat. Please come by, give me a hug, and show me how to make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thank you.
Wow. Fire, right?
I'm a little hyped up.
I love it. He's playing hurt, but he's hyped up now.
I am, yeah.
The Sunday Soak, as usual, is an all-questions show. There were great questions this week. We're going to start with our guy on the West Coast, our West Coast representation, Scott Garcia. And Scott asks, as a fellow hot tub owner, I'm curious, what's the ideal water temp to have during the Sunday Soak? Let me tell it to you like this, Scott. Normally, when we're just partying back here, let's say it's during the fall or something, we're having some drinks, we're getting in the tub, we're turning the jets on, we're probably setting this baby at about 99, 100 degrees, maybe 101. That's even better as you get into the winter. When our fat asses are in here broadcasting this show, about 92 degrees is the optimal temperature, which is what it is right now. It's not harming us. It's warm and comfortable. If we go up any higher than that and it's a hot day, it's a problem. We start really sweating and having some issues here when we get to like the 30, 35-minute mark. So that's generally what we see.
Especially the time we do this. We do this usually around 11:30 or so, and the sun is like literally right there.
Yeah.
And like it's just
it's pounding on us right now. So rough time. What was that?
Oh no!
Duck, everyone. So anyway, that's 92 degrees rough temperature for the Sunday Soak. Next question is from Dan Pierce. And Dan Pierce, I appreciate you. Man. You're a loyal listener because you said revenge game for beef. And this is going back to Tuesday night's live show at Buffalo Wings and Rings when Mike Downey popped up and did a fuck, marry, kill of us, and Josh Nelson killed me. So now I get an opportunity to come back. He says, fuck, marry, kill from the Sax Machine crew. Josh, Jim, and Peenols. All right. This is pretty easy for me. I'm marrying Peenols because he's a family man, but he's got a wild streak too. Yep. He likes to party. He's fun. He's energetic. So he's the marrying one. I will fuck Josh. Great head of hair on that kid. He's voluptuous too, and that's the kind of fucking I like to do. So, and then I have to kill Jim, and nothing against Jim. I just don't, the other two. Yeah, I mean I don't know if we have a lot of common interests other than the White Sox. So that's where you go. And it's kind of funny that this question came up because Josh Nelson gave us to the group a fuck, marry, kill of the Sox Machine guys, but he left Jim out. He said him, Peenols, or Bennett Carroll. So, Teresa, you want to do that fuck, marry, kill?
So I think the fuck is easy. It's going to be Bennett because he helped us get to the 15,000 followers.
That's right.
I was going to do that anyways. So, Ben, hit me up next time you're in town.
DMs are open, baby.
I mean, the marry is pretty easy, right? I'd marry Josh. I mean, if we're going to talk Star Wars and White Sox baseball, like, it's not too far from what I actually do on a daily basis anyways, so that'll work out. And then I'm going to kill Peenols, and I'm not going to feel bad about it because he already this week committed murder murdering Ken Bo in public with a single tweet.
Absolutely.
I'm going to agree with that. I don't really. It's pretty good. Like I can't think of. I was gonna I'm gonna be. I'll play a little devil's advocate and do something different. No, I like it. I like it because Josh is very thoughtful. Like I already mentioned the basketball jersey he got me, and he got it in big guy size for me. Like I love it.
He's a planner too.
Yeah,
he already planned the tailgate. Me, I wouldn't have planned nothing yet. We would be like 2 weeks from that. I was like, should we play that tailgate? He's got that shit planned a year in advance. So that's a good call.
2 weeks before San Diego. Hey, everybody, get your tickets. All right, let's get out there.
Exactly right. All right, the next question is from White Sox Sal.
Hey, fuck you, Sal.
White Sox Sal says, with all the time Mr. Hand had to make his video, are you surprised that he didn't drag Costner in to direct the video for him when he was out in Iowa? He goes, I'm thinking Thornton Mellon hiring Kurt Vonnegut to do his book reports type thing. What you don't know, White Sox Sal, is that there was an alternate version of the video recorded at Buffalo Wings and Rings the night he won. We had to do 3 fucking takes of it. I shit you not. We did 3 takes, right? I mean, you guys won the video.
We had one nice take, and then Wally flicked off the camera for some reason.
Yeah, Wally shot the bird, which obviously you can't put that on TV. And so we had to go back and redo the shit again. So
and Wally tried to play stupid.
He did try to play stupid.
Shockingly, he doesn't play stupid well, even though he is dumb as fuck. It was interesting. He should have just acted naturally. We would have bought it.
Stupid guy can't play stupid.
Yeah, he's like, hey, look at this. Dumbass.
All right, the next question.
Oh, we didn't answer that. Why didn't he get Costner?
Well,
because Costner would want to be in it.
Right.
Yeah, like Costner's not going to direct. I mean, like he went on a diatribe about how, like, James Earl Jones was more important to baseball than the players are. Like, I mean, like, I don't know what the fuck that guy was talking about. He would obviously have been like, I'm going to play Aloha Mr. Hand in this. And do it himself.
Man, I mean,
and it would be 3.5 hours.
Now, did he direct Waterworld or The Postman? Because both of those movies sucked at. Our guy, Aaron Barnes from Collector's Cave, he told me he saw Costner and he yelled at him, I love Waterworld is an underrated movie at him, and Costner laughed, and then he got over there to take pictures with him, and they shook his hand. So that was pretty cool. So
you got to lie to Kevin Costner.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Waterworld's horrible.
I think he even said it just to get his
attention. Yeah, it's a smart play. I like that play.
It's very smart. Smart
money.
money.
Very, very savvy, if you will.
Yes.
The next question is from Aaron Fitzmagic, and Fitzmagic wants to know, what's your starting outfield if the playoffs began today? Nice Sax Summer. Who you got in the outfield? Left field, right field, center field.
Eloy, Robert, Engel.
Eloy, Robert, Vaughn.
I agree with Treasy. I'm going to go that way as well. I think I save Adam Engel for the right spot kind of later in the game, but I want maximum bats in there kind of during the.
Yeah, I want Adam Engel running from second and then extra innings after our closer blows the game.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on.
Great spot for me.
Positive vibes only.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, you started us off real positive.
I saw something.
There's
Your
a
alignment.
difference.
Let me ask you a question. Your alignment, you have Vaughn DH.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to. I mean, you can switch him and Eloy out too.
Yeah.
Depending on how much his groin is strained.
Yeah.
Eloy.
You know what? I kind of like your lineup. I like the way you're thinking about this.
It's better defensively.
It's better defensively, and truth be told, I mean, as much credit as Vaughn is getting for what happened to the video? Are we good? Oh, yeah, we're good. As much credit as Vaughn is getting for his defense, Eloy's been pretty damn good out there since he came back. Surprisingly good. So, I think I'm go with that too. The next question is from Mailman Jack. Mailman Jack asks, if the Sox make the playoffs, do you think Dallas Keuchel will be put in the bullpen, given a start, left off the roster? Treasy, what do you think? Dallas Keuchel.
So if it was today, I would probably leave Keuchel off the roster. I don't trust him to go against the teams that we probably play if we're going in the playoffs right now. And he's not going to be a bullpen. He's not a good bullpen. So
right.
I think you'd have to leave him off the roster, which sounds insane, but I think that's how you probably go right now.
Yeah. I mean, unless he promises not to throw the game like he did last night. Maybe you can bring him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I think so. I think he probably gets left off the roster. I've been thinking about doing a blog with what my playoff roster would be kind of going into this, and I think you're going to go with the other 4 starters, and all 4 of them will catch a start, just depending on how it lines up. And then, I don't think you have a good use for Keuchel. Keuchel's not a great bullpen arm. It could be matchup dependent. If you face a team where you could induce a lot of ground balls from that team, maybe Keuchel is worth sliding in there to start. I don't know. We'd have to look at who the actual opponent was. Next question is from the Sockside Boys. Sockside Boys say, with Liam's gopher ball problems, do you put Craig in the 9, leave Liam where he's at, or rotate them? My Sox somebody to start.
What with his
gopher ball?
Home run.
You don't know what a gopher ball is?
Mhm.
No? It's a home run ball.
Well, so it's an interesting.
Don't read the board. You can't read that.
No, I can read
that. Don't read
It's
that.
interesting because Kimbrel last night gave up hits, right?
Yeah.
Or the other night
Good
gave up
either.
hits.
Yeah.
So I mean, with both these guys throw hard, and sometimes you're going to get hit hard, especially against a good team like that. And then we were talking about it last night. For us to get to the 10th inning was a victory. I feel like all in its own.
Sure.
That this team did not give up and lay down. And they battled and they were in it until the end, and then they gave up 3 runs. But whatever, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I would just I don't think where those guys are. I think you could swap them back and forth and it would be fine. I mean, maybe switch it up a little bit and put Liam in early, or you can just let one of them go per night, not do a setup. You know, I don't know. It's a hard thing because neither one of them is really like firing right now, but that's not a bad thing because then they can get it together and crush when we need them to crush, which is coming up here in October. Socktober.
That's right. Treason.
I would be surprised to see Tony tinker with it at this point. Like Tony has been, most of his career been a guy who like very much has a closer. You know, like he's got his guy who's the closer, and I think that Liam's that guy. And he is giving up too many home runs. There's no argument there, but I think he sticks with them. And to my Sox Summer's point, it's not like Craig Kibble's just like destroying the other teams and making a push for that. He's not looked great either. So I would say that you leave them in their places and just move forward and see how they do. You know, come September, if this is still a problem, I could see them making some moves around.
You know what? I kind of like the way it's lined up right now. I know the results aren't that great, but I think Kimbrel is a better pitcher than Liam Hendricks is overall. And so I want to be able to use Kimbrel in the best spot, the highest leverage spot. So in the playoffs, if we need Kimbrel in the 7th inning or 6th inning, I want them to be able to use him there and leave Liam for the 9th inning because I actually think Kimbrel's a little bit better than him. Yeah, the results have been a little sketchy lately. They'll get their shit together. I'm not that worried.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed about Kimbrel so far?
What's that?
His name is really hard to say, his full name. When
Craig
you say,
Kimbrel.
I don't know why. I think it's all the R's in the C sounds like I don't know. It's tough, and I hear people trip over it all the time, and I like have to like slow myself down to say it.
You want to say Craig Krimble?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to go with the CRs back to back, the KRCR.
Like Chris Kringle.
Like Chris Kringle. Yeah, exactly. I feel that. I feel that completely. Well, thanks for that question. The next question is from Andrew Franco, and Franco wants to know, when Yaz returns in the lineup, who's the backup? Zavala or Collins? Reason.
Oh, we're coming up on the 1-month anniversary of the last time Collins hit a home run. So,
oh, boy.
And if that's what he's bringing to the table, I'm saying Zavala's the backup.
Man, yeah. I mean, something I never thought I would say, but like that Field of Dreams game, the 3-homer game, Zavala is really coming on, and I think he's getting that confidence. And I think you got to go. We got to ride the confidence until it goes away.
He put good wood on the ball yesterday.
Yeah,
it just happened to get caught. Like if that's like a foot over, that's going to score somebody.
Yeah.
It's and you had no confidence in Collins.
No,
it was like he hit that one ball that I think Gardner caught near the wall.
Yeah,
that was like his best contact of the night. It's like, come on, you're
best
supposed
contact
to be,
in a while.
You're supposed to be the hitter.
Yeah, right.
We're supposed to forget about your defense because you hit so well.
Yeah, but I agree with my Sox somehow how surprised I am. I wanted this guy off the 40-man.
Yeah.
I wanted Zavala off the 40-man. I was like, why the fuck did they even got this guy? We got 5 catchers on the 40-man. What the fuck? And next thing you know, he's playing good ball. And I've seen this out on Twitter a little bit, that the defense is being a little overrated. And I could get on board with that. But he is a typical backup catcher, man. He's close but no cigar. He's a typical backup catcher. He's defense first, but he can run into a home run or two. And that's all you need out of that spot. I mean, you wish that Collins was able to do any of that, right? And he just can't. So, yeah, I think it's Zavala. Zavala all the way with this crew. Orange whips. All right, next question is from Millennial Sox fan. And Millennial Sox fan, how you doing, buddy? Are you worried that Michael Kopech won't pitch enough innings this year to build up his arm to become a starter in 2022? Trees, you want to start?
I don't want to think about 2022. I want to think about 2021. And I don't want to overuse Kopech when I'm going to need those bullets in the playoffs. And so I don't want to stretch him into a starter and use those innings up for something for next year. I want to see him do exceptionally well for the rest of this year. And then in the offseason, you could build up his arm strength and work on things to get him into a starting role. And then, hey, you know what? If he's going to be your 5th starter next year, he goes 120 innings, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. And I think you can do things throughout the season to give him rest so that he doesn't have to pitch, 160, 180 innings. Those are all manageable things. They can figure that out next year. This year, I want him in high leverage situations, making great pitches because he's rested and strong enough to do it.
Destroying people, fucking people up. Yep.
That was us same.
Agreed.
Same.
I think he's. I also am not worried about 2022 because that's when the next rebuild's going to start because we're going to win the goddamn World Series and then we just fucking gonna just blow it up.
Oh, we're gonna Marlins it.
Oh yeah. I mean, might as well,
parts.
right? I mean, it's more, as we've noted, it's more fun to run this podcast, everything. When we're in rebuilding stuff, there's a lot of content. Then when you're winning, it's like everyone's just like,
it's great. Everything's great.
Too happy. Everyone's way too happy doing this shit. So.
Even they lose last night, Jose bringing in 4 fucking hits. I mean, everything's going good. What can you say? One point that Treasy brought up, I totally agree with you guys. Michael Kopech, I'm not worried about 2022 at all. But also, Treasy brings up a great point. The innings aren't as long as they used to be back in the day. 120 innings on a 5th starter is probably what you'll be happy getting. So I wouldn't worry about him one bit. He's going to have enough in him to get that many innings next year. I looked it up because I've heard this a lot. I've heard Josh Nelson, Sax Team saying that, Tony's going with the Adam Wainwright plan with Kopech. He's using him as a high leverage guy, and then the next year. Adam Wainwright, after the year, when he was the closer, he was the rookie or whatever, and he ended up being the closer in the World Series. In 2000, that was in 2006. In 2007, he made 32 starts. So I see no problem here. If we think Michael Kopech is the athlete that he is, fuck it, he'll be able to do it, and you can limit his innings if you need to. No problems. All right, next question is from Roxy. And good seeing you at the show.
Up,
Roxy, what's up?
And congrats on the 10 minutes on the pizza?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. She also got a new tat, I saw.
Oh, nice.
She got a new tattoo. I don't know if it's an owl or what the fuck. Anyway. Roxy asked, where is TA's walk-off rank amongst other walk-offs for you guys? Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, I loved it. It's great, and I love TA. And this has been a pro-TA blog since his ass got to Chicago. Really, we've been big fans of Tim Anderson. But you know what? Sometimes for me, the walk-off type thing is better when we're starving to death. And so my favorite walk-off probably ever was Daniel Palka's walk-off in 18. Taco against Cleveland. And I actually filmed it on my phone. I never recorded the game at all. I never record any bits of the game at all. But something told me something's fucking happening here, There's something about when you got nothing and you get one little thing that I just cherish those. So I will never forget that walk-off.
When you're starving and somebody throws you a cracker.
That's right. It was a Ritz. That walk-off was a Ritz.
I mean, now we have so many crackers. There's no crackers.
It's probably top 10. I'd say it's definitely top 10, maybe top 5. But I mean, like they've had walk-offs to go to the playoffs. They've had walk-offs in the World Series.
Yeah.
Like those are going to win over that one.
Yeah.
But it was tremendous. It's probably, I would say, I'm trying to just mentally think through all the walk-offs that we've seen. I'm trying to remember if some of them were walk-offs or not, right?
Yeah.
Like in 2008, I think Alexi's Grand Slam was a walk-off, but I might be wrong. Like that might have happened earlier in the game and just put them ahead.
Yeah, I think it was earlier in the game.
Yeah.
I think it was the middle of the game against Detroit. You're talking
about.
And
then Carlos Quentin had like 47 walk-offs there.
He did.
But yeah, I'd say top 5. I'd say top 5.
It's definitely the best major league walk-off in the state of Iowa.
Rimming no.
That ever occurred. So I mean,
state of Iowa, yeah.
But I also think that the one thing that we're taking, we're not paying attention to is that it is a new Sax team. It's a new thing, and we're like, that's just a fun feeling to watch your team go from winning to losing to one. And it's like, and you're expecting that. Like last night when we're watching the game, you're expecting them to potentially win this game. You're like, they're probably going to win this.
Yeah.
And that's a feeling that we just haven't felt for a long time. So it's nice to have that feeling.
I mean,
100%.
Think about the difference in our confidence. Because like last night, we turned to each other and we were like, yes, they're putting Sebi into it. Imagine me telling you that we were going to be excited about that.
It sounds ridiculous.
Beginning of the year.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right, the next question is nothing in Granger but a hawk. That's a great Twitter hint. I'll be honest with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And the question is, if you guys were coming out of the bullpen, what would your song be? So if you're coming out as the closer, what's your song? Trees, you want to start?
See, I think I would have to go with Soundgarden.
Okay.
So, it's going to be Soundgarden.
Rusty Cage.
Jesus Christ Pose.
Jesus Christ Pose. I've always thought
That's
of for
good.
batting.
Song. Yeah,
I've always thought of for batting because it's got like such a memorable beginning.
Yeah.
But like Rusty, like breaking out of your Rusty Cage, coming out of the bullpen, man, it just fits.
I like that.
I think that's the one that I would go with.
I like that a lot. My song.
I think I've done this before. I've always said "There Goes the Neighborhood" by Body Count, which I think is a good one.
Yeah.
But recently, I've been listening to I've been listening to one song in particular, the Korn song. I think it's called "Blind," and he's like, "Are you ready?" So I think I might have to go with that one. So if I tell my Alexa, play "Are You Ready?" and then she plays it, and it's a pretty awesome.
I have a high five for you from 15-year-old Teresa.
I mean, I'm not big into new metal, regardless of what Rudy says, but that one definitely gets me going.
I've seen Korn many a time as a youngster going to concerts.
Yeah.
Great live show.
Did it take you back when I said
it? Did. It did. You sounded just like Jonathan Davis.
I'm gonna be totally honest here. Back in the day, we used to always party at Dr. Feelgood's house. His parents would let us party in the basement. No holds barred. They were cool about all that stuff as long as no one drove. Everyone would hang out in there. But I remember Dr. Feelgood's dad came. He would make us breakfast the next day and hang out and talk to us about the party or whatever. He came to Treasy and he said, "Treasy, no more Korn. Don't play Korn during the party." It's like I was trying to sleep and it was too much.
The bass.
Yeah.
That
was reverberating in the house. I'm gonna channel my inner Ken Woe or Ken Woo, as I've heard him called recently, and I'm gonna go "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue. I've been listening to that song lately. I'm like, that's a great song.
Remember they used to play it in like the 7th or 8th inning?
Yeah,
like,
it's a jam, man.
I don't do a lot of. They should bring it back. They should bring that.
They should bring that shit back.
Skydive naked from an aeroplane.
All right, the next question. Oh man, this is dear to my Sox Summer's heart, and it's from his buddy Shankster from his hometown.
Oh, that's who's put it in.
That's the question. This is recast these parts of Boogie Nights with Sox Twitter people, and the parts are. And if you've never seen Boogie Nights, well, go see it. It's an old movie. Get watching. Dirk, Reed, Jack Horner, Scotty J, and Little Bill. I think we do this as a group
workshop.
So you guys are gonna get to see what it's like. When we're actually coming up with ideas, we'll go through this. But I think I have Jack Horner. So if I could start with Jack Horner. And at first I thought, like Aloha Mr. Hand might be the good one. But I realized, you know who it is? It's Beef. Because he's got the hot tub.
I do have the tub.
He's got the video equipment.
Yeah.
He has all the good ideas.
And where do we party?
Yeah.
We party here, right? So that's what Beef's house is for.
I didn't realize that.
It looks like a call, right?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Read us a poem.
A big, bright, shining star. Scotty J.
Yeah.
Ruhan Luke.
Yes.
See, I had him on.
That's
the
who
list.
he is. Ginger. Also, just a guy there that's there to assist. He's a big assist guy.
Yeah.
See, I can feel he's probably, because he's a track and field guy too.
Yep.
So he's probably got the shorts to do it. He's in much better physical condition than Scotty.
Allegedly.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
we don't know. We don't know if he's in better shape.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Well, now he is at least.
Well, yeah. We don't need to go there.
But I'll take it. I'll take that one.
Okay.
I think that one's
okay.
good.
So we got them two locked down.
Oh man.
What about Reed? Now Reed is kind of like a bullshit artist, but he's fun and talented.
See, I don't think he's so much a bullshit artist as he is like extremely overconfident. Like he's a very confident dude.
Yeah.
And like you could put an athletic task in front of him.
Yeah.
And you would be like, I can do that shit.
And he'd fail at it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So I'm thinking White Sox Dave.
Yeah, that's a good.
That is a good call. Yeah, that's a good call.
Anybody's a great friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got your back too. Yeah. Good call.
He will get you out of the place where the cocaine deal's going on.
That's a good call. Yes, absolutely.
Or play guitar when you're singing on a shitty track.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think Dave could probably play feel my heat.
In fact, if I don't have a video by next week of Dave playing and Chief singing that shit, I don't know what's going on here. Barstool, you're welcome.
Oh shit! So then Dirk is Chief?
No, I don't think so.
We're only going White Sox.
Sox Twitter.
Then who is it? Who's our Dirk?
Dirk has got to be Summer George. I think it's Summer George.
It's absolutely Summer George.
There's no way it's not Summer George.
He's
right?
been in here and I saw his hog floating on the top of the line. So you know that he's got that.
He had near hog video 2 years ago in 108 tourney when he's up on his roof drinking and he's got the short shorts on. I could see peeing almost. You know, like he's wanting to show hog for the tournament. So
no hole.
You got to respect that, though. You know.
I love it. I think that's a good call.
And because he asked the question, Shankster is Little Bill. So
that's a hard one. That's a rough one to give to anyone.
Yeah, that is.
You're giving them a death sentence apparently. So
because you get cucked.
Yeah. But you are married to Nina Hart.
It's true.
It's not bad on the way up. You know, obviously things didn't work out great. But
get your revenge and then kill yourself. So, I don't know. It's not fun.
No, it's
not funny.
That's a rough one. So yeah, you give that to Shankster. That's on you. That one's on you.
He deserves it because he never gave us good story. We saw him in Kansas City in 2017. He didn't give us no good stories about MSS.
Yeah, I know.
There aren't any.
Oh, bull.
Such bullshit, man. You told that stupid prom story that no one liked. All right, the next question is from our guy, Liam Menus. And Liam says, just finished watching the Malice at the Palace doc.
Oh, that's good.
If you could pick one team in history, any sport, to fight the fans, who would it be? And which team's fans are getting their ass kicked?
Ooh, that's good. Because, like, I immediately thought about the 85 Bears, but then you said that our fans would get their asses kicked. So I'm gonna be nice to our fans. Man, I really want to.
Is it our fans that are getting kicked?
No. It's their fans. That would be ours, right? Like, so it would be, if it was the Chicago Bears, they'd be kicking the shit out of
Oh,
Chicago
yeah, okay.
So, man, I want to go the 2000 or 2002 Ravens. And then, but Ray Lewis had killed too many people.
Yeah.
I'll go. You know what? I'll go. I think that this is good. And this actually goes well with the Malice at the Palace. I think like the late 80s Pistons going into the stands, like Bill Laimbeer going in and just busting heads.
Oh, man.
That'd be the first time that I ever liked anything Bill Laimbeer did.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm going to go with the 85 Mets. All coked up, potentially beating up the Yankees fans. That would be fun.
That's pretty damn good.
Yankee Stadium. Yep.
I don't know. That's tough. I mean, who had a real bunch of bruisers on their team? Like the 90s Knicks. Anthony Mason going in the stands and destroying some dudes. Like that was a tough team too, man. Like they had some badasses on that fucking team, you know?
Yeah, someone's got to give us a hockey. Like someone tell us a hockey, like some like we're like there was like a Flyers team in like the 70s, right? That was just like or I think it was the 70s,
like
right? We're just basically
like when Edmonton was dominating, they were mostly pretty boys, right? They were Messier and Gretzky and all them guys, and they were scoring 1 million goals.
Even like the 90s Charlotte Hornets teams with like Alonzo Mourning and like
Larry Johnson,
Grandmama,
Rex Chapman, and then future MMA fighter Kendall Gill. I mean, this guy could probably fuck some shit up.
That's right.
That numbers the Knicks would the 90s Knicks.
Didn't Kendall Gill punch some local personality? What the heck is that guy's name? He's always been on North's show. I forget what the guy's name is.
That sounds great.
I hope he punches him again. All right, the next
was to fight that Logan Paul too.
Kendall Gill does?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Kendall Gill's in good shape. But
Kendall Gill's 55 years old.
Logan
looks
Paul,
like he's 17.
But no offense, Logan Paul's been whooping some ass on some actual people. Like, you know, everyone should be a little careful with all that shit. You know, I'd say, like, maybe this kid, you don't like this kid, but he might be a little tougher than you think. Just be careful, everyone. 55 years old. Why don't you just stay with the post-game show with Jason Cox? Don't go fight nobody, right? All right, the next question is from Wet Bandit. Speaking of, because I put a video here, I was at Henry's Bait Shop, and I said when we were teenagers, you told me that you were a master of the bait.
I am.
And that's true, right? That's an absolute true thing. So Wet Bandit says, speaking of, what kind of bait do you think Grandpa Hog uses to catch that beautiful trout?
Oh, man.
I assume it's Spanish fly, but I mean, when you're swinging like that, I mean, you don't need nothing, man. You just wear some shorts where everyone can tell.
You know, I'm thinking of something.
Fly fishing.
I'm thinking of something kind of thick.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
crawling.
Maybe a little bit. Let's go leeches. I think he's throwing leeches in the water.
Leech guy. He could be. Yeah, that's a good call.
Chicken liver.
Oh,
chicken liver works, man.
It's a pretty
Stinky
good
enough, too.
Yeah, and then like if you're trying to catch it, from what I know, is like you're trying to catch the old the catfish, you got to use stink bait, the old cheese bait. That's just nasty.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
God,
disgusting.
It smells horrible.
Yeah,
it's like if it touches you, you smell like it for weeks.
Yeah, it's
from what
bad.
I've heard.
No, yeah, it's not good.
I don't fish.
I love it.
I just drink.
I don't fish, I just drink. All right, next question is from Willie P. And Willie P wants to know, which one of you three had the best style in your 20s?
God, we're all awful.
I was going to say,
Like,
this is a terrible question because I don't know if anyone had style.
I mean, you remember me when I was in my 20s. Like, I was wearing, like, tore up jeans and, like, with, like, sleeveless shirts.
Yeah.
Like, I dressed I dressed like the money I had.
Even me though, I had my shit together in my 20s,
Yeah,
and I'd rather wear t-shirt and jeans. That's what I'm comfortable in. You know?
We dressed up terribly too.
Yeah.
Like when we tried to go out to like a more upscale bar or something like that, we'd have like on bullshit, terrible shirts. And just like there's still jeans. We couldn't get past jeans.
Yeah, no, it was jeans locked in. Now some of you probably saw the picture from the wedding. Now we got proper suits and everything. We look all right when we got to go out somewhere. We're in our 40s.
And even the pictures that they've probably seen of us three in those, like, I'm the youngest one. And I was in my mid-30s already. Like, not like
when we were in the wedding, when MSS in the 3-piece.
Yeah.
It's a nice 3-piece suit. But
Which I don't fit into.
I was going to say, you fit in?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for
It'll be on eBay. No
you
problem,
gotta get that shit tailored.
Along with that Cubs scorecard.
That allegedly didn't happen. All right. Next question is from Brandon Stokes. And Brandon, longtime guy, Brandon Stokes.
Sprinkles.
Brandon wants to know.
Or sparkles. Sparkles or sprinkles? I don't know. That's what Alexis calls it.
Either one. I like both of them. All right. He says, do you think the Field of Dreams game will be successful long term? Or will go stale in a few years down the road like the NHL outdoor games have done?
Well, okay. Here's what you do. This is how you keep it fresh. One game a year or one MLB game a year. Different teams each time. Because if you keep playing the same teams or have the same one team, people aren't going to want to go. It's going to be a destination game. We talked about this last night. It can become a destination game and you get enough fans that'll be like, you know what, that's fucking cool. I want to see the Angels play there against the Red Sox. I want to see so-and-so play there. But if you fuck it up, the fuck up part, what they did with the hockey, you have 4 of those now on that, win that week versus just having one. If you only had one and it moved the locations, then it would have been fine. But there's too many of them now, so that's my take, my 2-cent take.
I like that. I like the idea of the 2 previous World Series teams playing in that moving forward, so that you have to like actually be a good team to get there.
Yeah.
At least you had to be the previous year. Then unless you're the Marlins, you're probably going to be pretty good that next year. I slightly disagree with you because I think that they should do more of these around the country. I think that they shouldn't limit it to the Iowa one. I think you can bring baseball to a lot of other places and do a lot of other like big time national games with a story behind it. Like there's a lot of. I was talking to Josh and he was telling me there's a lot of Negro League fields that are being like rebuilt and revitalized. There's all kinds of cool places around the country that you can do this. Beef tried to sell us on the Grand Canyon with no fence. I'm not in on that.
Home run line. All right. If Eloy goes back too far and falls in the Grand Canyon, tough shit. We're out of it. We're out of Eloy. All right. He's not gonna though. He's a better outfielder than he used to be. So. No, I agree with that. I saw some national baseball writers kind of saying, well, it really wasn't it's the wrong way to market to younger kids because it's Field of Dreams. It's a movie they don't know nothing about. And actually, the only reason, it's just putting it on an island and making it a big production is why it worked. I don't think that's the case. I think the exoticness of a field in some random fucking spot is a great idea. And I think doing more of these would be a good idea. And I would do several of them a year, and I would pick different locations. Cheap ass fucking billionaire owners, put some money into this shit. You want to grow that audience? That game everyone was tuned into.
Yes.
Everyone wanted to watch that shit.
Yes.
Put it on an island destination Thursday night and put it in some weird locale. We talked about the Grand Canyon just kind of laughing. There's tons of beautiful places. There's tons of restored parks, but there's random beautiful places that you can just build the stadium in, okay? And have limited seating like you did and charge up the ass. People still want to go. They don't give a shit. The price does not matter. People were trying to get tickets like a motherfucker for that game. So I would do more of them, and I would do them in a lot of exotic locations. And baseball is unique that way, where you can. It's not like putting a football stadium. You can't just put a football stadium fucking everywhere and fill the stadium like that. Yeah. The way they do it with baseball is unique. Take advantage of that shit.
Also, who the fuck's saying you can't market it? You have to be a specialized marketing for a younger generation. There was cool things that happened before. How many times did your dad, my dad, take us someplace and go, this is what it used to be? And you're like, this is fucking cool. Mm-hmm. If people didn't like history, Baseball Hall of Fame wouldn't have anybody going to it.
That's right.
If we have to market to each individual generation, we're going to fucking lose the tradition that is actually baseball. This is showing them something different. You're giving them like, hey, yes, maybe potentially I haven't seen it, but the movie sucks. But this is here. Look, check this out. People are excited about this. Like, if somebody saw that game and said, you know what, I want to watch that movie now because I have no idea why Darth Vader is out there talking about baseball and a bunch of white people. So yes, I mean this is what you need to do.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. All right.
Sorry, I'm rambling today.
No, I love it. I love it. Keep that fire in your substantial belly.
Oh,
all right. Next question is from Matt Ramsey. Matt Ramsey says, let's say the White Sox were to start an adult film company with the current roster.
Oh my God.
We are lead on talent. Who would we market and put in the feature films? Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go with Garrett Crochet because he already looks like John Holmes. And I assume he's hung like John Holmes, too. That's why I put the John Holmes picture up there. I know there's like 5 of you that really like that bit, and no one else actually fucking gets it. But Johnny Wad and Garrett Crochet, they're psychic blood brothers, man.
That's a pretty good one.
Rocklanders.
MSS, who you got?
I mean, nationally, I just go right to Louis Robert. I mean, the guy is just a chiseled guy, and he can just go out there and destroy some things.
I mean, he's already got the big pizza pit going.
Yeah, he does.
He's a pizza started.
Get the dominoes involved, yeah.
I mean, Eloy's already half naked. So I feel like he'd be the most comfortable on camera. That's a big part of it. You got to be comfortable.
That's true.
To do it. You know, you got to be like Tommy Lee out there honking that horn.
Big boating day.
Drop the boat.
I feel like
no hands.
I feel like Eloy would be a natural. I'm going Eloy.
How horny is White Sox Twitter? Specifically, Matt Ramsey. Very horny.
There's nothing but pornography questions. We get Sox and pornography. That's the only questions we get.
You make one joke one time about J-Mac, and look what happens.
Oh, you almost ate that bee.
Oh,
God.
Trying to go up my nose, man. That was a cavern. All right.
Oh,
all right, let's close this out with Juan Uribe's Cup, Billy Wires. We're in the presence of Billy Wires.
Yes.
With us.
Wonderful.
He's just as much fun in person as he is on Twitter. His question, he said, you're a group of big dick celebs now. The section seems to be Studio 54 this year, a hot place. What's been your favorite group of visitors since you were allowed back in the seats this season? This is really tough because we love people that we've never met. We met some guys last night that are trying to start their own podcast. We're talking to them a little bit. And it's nice to meet people who are brand new to the section. But then I get excited when, the first time we ran into Marv and Grumpy at the stadium. The first time I saw Matt Ramsey or Soxwood or, guys that we've been hanging out with for a long time. Before anyone knew who the fuck we were hanging in the seats with those people,
Yeah.
So I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, it's tough to answer.
So it's also tough to answer because there's some people like Aloha Mr. Hand, who I hadn't seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. It was great to see him, but he is a 108 season ticket holder, so it's not like it's a visitor, right? So I think I'll probably have to go with like Matt Ramsey as mine, and it's because like that's a person who for the past year and a half I've kept up communications with, right? Yeah. But I have not seen the guy in person. Right? And then you finally get to sit next to him. He's got the luscious long locks of hair now. It's like it's it makes you realize how long it's been since you saw that person.
Yeah.
And like how happy you are that you get to actually interact with this person right next to you and talk shit and have some beers. And like for me, it's Matt Ramsey.
It's kind of funny you bring up Matt Ramsey. And people were hitting me up. You better put Soxwood in the 108 tourney. Bros, Soxwood and Matt Ramsey have been to my home more than anyone else from Sox Twitter that's not a 108 person. Like, legitimately. We've been friends with them since the beginning of this thing. Love hanging out with those guys. They're just awesome. MSS.
Legitimately. I'm gonna go with with the Sleepy Harold Demare crew. I love those guys.
Yeah,
They're probably one of my favorite people to see at the park, just because they come up and they're always smiling. There's a delicious hug somewhere, and then you can ask, and you kind of like harass Sleepy about how sleepy he actually is now because he has that little baby.
Yeah.
Like, how's that going?
Legit
You know, like
sleepy.
you get into a point like my daughters still wake up every so often, but not like they did when they were kids. So it's like you're relishing in that agony because you remember that agony.
Yep.
So you're like, yeah, how's that going? And then he's like, yeah, it's pretty rough.
You mentioned the hug too, and I think like you know, like
hugs.
seeing the mayor and seeing like Rudy too,
Yeah.
where you're like, you know, protocols and all. I'm getting a hug.
I'm getting a hug.
I'm
Yeah,
getting a hug.
exactly. We're gonna take some risk.
We're gonna risk it.
We're gonna take a little risk.
Hug.
Fuck it, you know.
Fuck it.
But I mean, we welcome any of you want to come
please.
down and come say hi and come hang out down in the section. We love to meet new faces. So
Rubber shoulders.
that's it. That's our show, boys. Great job,
Yeah.
especially you two. Let's go get a White Sox. Let's win the series.
Yeah.
Fuck, we
Yeah,
can
win
win
the
this series today. Let's get a little meatloaf,
Oh,
baby. Let's
DMs
go,
are
baby.
open.
Yeah, slide on in. Our DMs are open.
Follow
That's right.
or lose your marbles 37 or whatever.
Teach us how to make the 100K that we haven't made yet. Because
hundreds and hundreds.
hundreds of Ks.
Bye bye.
Peace.